freedom. Oh yo yo, oh yo yo yo, oh yo yo, oh yo yo yo.
Mita 99.9 Freedom Pop. Freedom. This is Freedom Global News.
President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurates new Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited board. All Progressive Congress governors to meet with President over February convention. Correspondent briefly reports on the life of late Sheikh Ahmed Muhammad Ibrahim. And on the foreign scene, Kazakhstan's president orders troops to shoot protesters without warning. Possessing a permanent voter's card is a duty to all citizens. Please ensure you acquire yours. Good evening. You're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Zahra Zannah. Today is the 7th of January, 2021. And now the news in full. President Muhammadu Buhari has urged the board of the newly incorporated Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to ensure strict compliance with corporate governance principles that place a premium on doing business with the highest ethical standards, integrity, and transparency. Buhari spoke in Abuja today while inaugurating the board chaired by Margaret Okadi. Demands transparency, accountability from new NNPC board. The president charged them to focus on profitability and operate at par with its industry peers across the world, noting that NNPC Limited should be mindful of the carbon zero aspirations and to ensure total alignment with the global energy transition realities. Buhari directed that there should be full alignment and synergy between NNPC Limited, an upstream regulatory commission, and the midstream and downstream regulatory authority in compliance with the provisions of the law in all respects to deliver the onerous reforms envisaged for the energy industry. Governors of the All Progressive Congress, APC, are set to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday to decide on a date for the February convention. Governor of Plateau State, Simon Lalong, disclosed this to State House correspondents after a meeting with the president in his office today. According to him, the president has given an assurance that nothing will stop the APC from conducting the convention in February, hence the resolve by all the governors to meet and harmonize all interests on Sunday. Lalong equally noted that recent remarks by the president asking the APC to put its house in order also informed his visit to the president, as he considered it a warning signal for members to sit up so that the party can conduct a seamless convention and not disintegrate. The Kano state government says polio cases have been reported in 25 local government areas across the state. The State Commissioner of Health, Dr. Aminu Ibrahim Zanyawa, made this known at a press conference held by the ministry as part of the Pregnancy and Childhood Week. He added that this week will focus on the prevalence of malnutrition among women and children at the moment, as well as the provision of medicines to support women and children.
Recently, there was an outbreak of circulating vaccine drive virus type 2 in Abat, and Kano has so far recorded 106 cases of the circulating vaccine drive polio virus across 25 local government areas. One of the goals of the polio endgame strategy is to stop the transmission of circulating vaccine drive polio virus by the year 2023. The Global Polio Eradication Initiative introduced the improved and genetically more stable vaccine called the novel type 2 oral polio vaccine to respond to this outbreak.
He said mosquito nets will be distributed to pregnant women and children in order to provide a qualitative life.
And to equally call on the general public to come out and get vaccinated for COVID-19. The vaccine is available. It is safe. COVID-19 and other diseases of public health importance. Special appreciations goes to the health management teams as well as healthcare workers for their tireless effort.
Correspondent Zahra Zannah Adam reports that Kano State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Aminu Ibrahim Sanyawa, said more than 3 million children and 600,000 women will benefit to the project at a cost of 2.8 billion naira. Abia Warriors defender Ekereke Ekemini will undergo surgery today at the Federal Medical Center, Umahia, after he fractured his right lower leg during a training session. Correspondent Hawa Adamukiawa has details of this and other sports updates.
The 23-year-old is expected to be out of action for at least 4 months as recovery from a tibia fibula fracture, which is a lower leg fracture, typically takes about 3 to 6 months. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football has announced the winners of the 33rd Africa Cup of Nations will receive a €4.5 million prize. For the second consecutive time, 24 countries will participate in the biennial tournament after a successful run in Egypt in 2019. CAF boss Patrice Mustapha stated during the draws for the Continental Showpiece in Yaoundé, Cameroon, last year that there were plans to increase the prize money from €3.9 million. The African Football Governing Body has now fixed €4.5 million for the winners of the competition in Cameroon, while the runners-up will win €2.64 million. The third-place playoff winners will get €2.2 million, same as semi-finalists, while all quarterfinalists are entitled to €703,361. The 2021 AFCON holds in Cameroon from January 9th to February 6th. In other development, Manchester United has offered Paul Pogba a bumper £500,000 a week contract. The Frenchman would become one of the best paid players in the Premier League if he signed on the dotted line. Meanwhile, West Ham has slapped a stunning £100 million asking price on Declan Rice, but the Red Devils are confident of tempting him up to the northwest. Also, the Premier League club announced today that Philippe Coutinho is joining Aston Villa on loan for the rest of the season from Barcelona. The 29-year-old Brazil international moved to the new camp from Liverpool in 2018 in a £142 million deal, but struggled to establish himself and spent the 2019-2020 season on loan at Bayern Munich. He won the Champions League with the German club, who beat Barcelona in the quarterfinals of that season's competition. Hawa Adamikiawa, Freedom Radio.
The Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, www.freedomradionig.com.
Masoyina, gaskiya na ji daɗin fitowar da muka yi don cin abinci.
Gamuwa na da ke na daga cikin al'amari ɗaya da ke burge ni a rayuwa masoyiyata.
Wannan taron kuma ba daga ina ta fito.
Kada ki damu, babu ne wanda zai bata miki wannan yammaci. Ala baki da labarin comics.
Sha maganin tarin comics.
Maganin tarin comics?
Maganin tarin comics shine kake bukata domin samun sauki. Sai ka bare, ka sha, dan ka samu sauki. Kamfanin Orange Drugs Limited ke tallata shi. Sai ku hanzarta domin samun naku maganin tarin comic. Idan tari ya ci gaba bayan kwana 3, sai ku tuntubi likita. Yawwa, na samu sauki yanzu. Ina son ki abin kaunata, kuma ina son maganin tarin comics.
Comics. Easy to use, just drink. Carry water.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. A renowned Islamic scholar, Sheikh Ahmed Muhammad Ibrahim, has passed away today. He was a renowned scholar of Hadith and a scholar of Tafsir, which are Islamic teaching sessions at Bayero University Kano Mosque, but later in his own mosque called Darul Hadith. Correspondent Zahra Zannah Adam takes a look at a brief history of Sheikh Ahmed Ibrahim and files in this report.
Sheikh Ahmad Muhammad Ibrahim Bamba, also known as Dr. Ahmad BUK, and Kala Haddasana, was born in Ghana. He completed his schooling at one of Ghana high schools. He completed his education in Saudi Arabia. After then, he came back to Nigeria to teach at Bayero University, Kano. Dr. Ahmad BUK was married 3 women and survived by 30 children, including grandchildren. The cleric was a lecturer at the Department of Arabic Studies in Bayero University, Kano. He resigned to concentrate on his Islamic preaching, particularly the teaching of Sahihul Bukhari and Muwatta Malik. The deceased, known for his moderate view, was famous for his long-running Islamic teaching seasons at the Bayero University Mosque All-Side, which started in 1991. Dr. Ahmad died after a short illness at the Malam Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital today.
For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities in Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to have a clear sky and light winds at an average temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. A later change to sunny and gentle breeze at 31 degrees Celsius. Katsina will experience similar weather condition at an average temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. A later increase to 30 degrees Celsius with gentle breeze. Kaduna will have a clear sky and light winds at an average temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. And later give way to sunny and a moderate breeze. Abuja will experience partly cloudy sky at 21 degrees Celsius. A later change sunny and a gentle breeze. Lagos will have similar weather condition at 26 degrees Celsius. A later change sunny interval and light wind at 33 degrees Celsius. Maradi and Zindar in Niger Republic will experience a clear sky and light wind at an average temperature of 19 degrees Celsius. A later give way to sunny interval and a gentle breeze at 31 degrees Celsius. Mulkair Abakar Ungogo, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, Kazakhstan's president has ordered security forces to shoot to kill without warning as unrest continues in the tightly controlled Central Asian state. In a televised address today, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev warned demonstrators will be destroyed as part of a forceful counter-terrorist operation. The unprecedented crisis marks the worst violence Kazakhstan has seen since gaining independence 3 decades ago. Gunshots could be heard in the morning near the central square in the largest city, Almaty, where troops and protesters battled on previous days. Protests, which are rare in the relatively stable former Soviet nation, began over rising fuel prices, but the rallies have seen morphed into violent anti-government riots. At the request of Tokayev, Russia has sent peacekeeping forces. They arrived on Thursday amid warnings from the West to Moscow to respect Kazakhstan's sovereignty. We've come to the end of today's global news, but before we leave, recap highlights of our top stories. President Muhammad Buhari has urged the board of the newly incorporated Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to ensure strict compliance with corporate governance principles that place a premium on doing business with the highest ethical standards, integrity, and transparency. Governors of the All Progressive Congress APC are set to meet with President Muhammad Buhari on Sunday to decide on a date for the February convention. A renowned Islamic scholar, Sheikh Ahmed Muhammad Ibrahim, has passed away today. And on the foreign scene, Kazakhstan's president has ordered security forces to shoot to kill without warning as unrest continues in the tightly controlled Central Asian state. On behalf of the entire production team and I, Zahra Zannah, have a great weekend.
Freedom.